Hi, I'm Laura. 11 years ago, my boyfriend Luke and I set off for a gap year that accidentally changed our lives. Since we left home in 2010, we have lived in New Zealand, Australia, South Korea, Mexico, and are now living in Lithuania. These videos are a small window into the adventures we seek along the way. Luke and I headed to the Vilnius airport to hop on a plane to the UK, where we plan to spend 2 weeks enjoying Christmas and New Year with family and friends that we haven't seen in over 2 years. We are at the airport getting ready to check into our flight to the UK, but first, gotta get a COVID test. So there's a testing center just outside the airport. We had to make a little booking. I'll link below if you have to take one before you fly out of Vilnius. But yeah, 30 euros. Here we go. All right, it was very quick. We just paid. They swab it up there, and then we get an email in the next 30 minutes, and then we can check in. Pretty much have to check in at the desk. We tried to check in online, but because there's so many things that you have to show to get to the UK at the minute, we have to go to the desk anyway, so no problem. At least it'll be warm inside. The test was easy and straightforward, and even though I was nervous it wouldn't come through in time for us to check into our flight, it came through via our emails in about 20 minutes, less time than it took to get to the front of the check-in line. This is the second time I've flown with Wizz. It's a short-distance budget airline, tickets are cheap, and you pay extra for pretty much everything, but I find the service to be excellent, and staff are always friendly and helpful. Our flight was pretty busy, but in a few hours we were landing in the UK, ready to do some exploring. Good afternoon. I am sitting as a passenger on the left side of the vehicle, which can mean I'm in only one of probably a dozen or so countries, and you can see by the double-decker bus. I'm in the UK. We're here for Christmas. We've tested out of our little 2-day quarantine, or I guess. We're tested negative for COVID, and we're out to explore and go meet up with some friends, some fellow YouTubers, Sarah and James, and baby 80 of The Whole World or Nothing. They have built a van from scratch, so we are super excited. We watched their whole van build, and now we're gonna see it in the flesh and do some hiking and just catching up. So I thought I'd take you guys along with us this week in the lead up to Christmas to see all that we get up to in the UK, a little bit of enjoyment, and a little bit of just, yeah, seeing the sights. So let's go. We were heading to the Peak District, a beautiful part of the UK where you can do some seriously great hiking. The Peak District is a national park located in northern England between Manchester and Sheffield. There are small towns and villages with awesome pubs, so the plan was to hike up to a viewpoint, hope that the fog cleared so we could get a great view, and then head back down to the pub for lunch and a pint. Another of my favorite places to visit in the UK that we love exploring is the Lake District. The Lake District is located in northwestern England, not far from the border with Scotland. Welcome to the Lakes District here in the UK. We're spending a few days up here visiting some of Luke's family and checking out the sights. This is Lake Derwent, and we just had a delicious brunch. Langholm Estate we are at. There's loads of places to walk around. A really, I mean seriously good cafe with like top-notch ingredients. full. So now we're just gonna walk it off a little bit like everyone does in the Lake District. And it's so warm. I know it looks like I'm really bundled up, but actually the wind is blowing and it's balmy in comparison to temperatures I've been checking back home in Lithuania. So a lot of this trip around the UK has been just relaxing, walking, seeing family. But the next few days we're going to be exploring the lakes, visiting friends in other parts of the country, and enjoying the last few days we have here in the UK before we move on to somewhere else. But I thought it would be fun to show you guys around a little bit more, take you around the UK while we explore and travel, and just see how beautiful it is here. Even in the wintertime, it's a pleasant experience.
It was misty and chilly, a little bit overcast, and it rained on and off, but there's something about this sort of weather with a view like this that seems to fit perfectly. It makes you want to go for a muddy walk and then curl up in front of the fireplace with a cup of tea, or better yet, a glass of whiskey. While we were up near the Scottish border, we decided to finally make a trip to see Hadrian's Wall. Hadrian's Wall is a Roman ruin, in fact one of the oldest and most well-preserved in the whole UK, which used to serve as the Roman fortress at the border of Britannia.
Good afternoon and welcome to Hadrian's Wall, or Adrian's Wall if you prefer a silent H. We are in northern England today, walking along this wall which was built by the Romans in 122 AD. It was built, and in its heyday the Romans had it as a sort of fortification, and it ran the entire width, west to east, east to west of the country. So it's pretty cool, and today we're gonna walk a little bit of it and see a few different turrets. There's still loads of Roman ruins around here. It's pretty cool. Also, it's dry. It's not too cold. It's a beautiful day to walk in the countryside.
There's a trail that runs along the side of the wall for about 3 kilometers. The thing I really liked about this trail was that all along the way there are little plaques with information about what that particular section of the fort was used for. I've always loved history, but being able to see something like this up close, touch it and see it and walk alongside it just as the Romans did almost 2,000 years ago, was truly history come to life for me.
There's so much of this wall, and it's really cool because every time you get to like a different part of it, there is a little plaque with some information on it, but also it's just so beautiful out here. The rolling hills, there's loads of farmhouses. I haven't seen any animals yet, but I have a feeling there's going to be some sheep somewhere along the way.
The last stop on our whirlwind walking tour of the UK was to Matlock, a gorgeous little town on the edge of the Peak District in the county of Derbyshire. We hiked along a route called High Tor, and then made our way down to the neighbouring town of Matlock Bath, an old spa town which is now just a beautiful little village that brings in lots of weekend tourists for fish and chips after walking in the nearby Peak District.
We are just about to drop off our rental car and say goodbye to our time here in the UK. Well, we've got a bit of a travel day ahead of us, but we've had so much fun in the UK. I hope I showed you guys a little bit of a different side that maybe you didn't know about before. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. Make sure you're subscribed because we are about to head to Spain, to Madrid, my first time in the country. I'm so excited, and I'll be taking you along with us with plenty of videos in that series, so be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.